What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And today, it's life update time.
It is life update time, y'all. So it's been a little while since we've been on the channel. Maybe we've been back. I don't know what order I'm going to post all the videos we filmed today.
You might have seen some older videos re-released that you hadn't seen before from the vault.
Yes, I do have some of those saved for the times that we just don't have anything and we're just too busy. It's a very busy season for us, and that's kind of what this video is about. We've been doing a lot. This is going to be a full-on life update. My stuff, his stuff, our stuff, company stuff. So buckle up, strap in. We got this. What do you want to start with? We have no plan. We didn't plan this vlog.
Look, we're just going to be honest.
We don't plan our vlogs.
The vlogs are planned basically how my head works. Whatever comes to us, we go for it.
So I guess I'll start because yours is the bigger one. So, I got a new job recently, and we might have said this in a different video, but it wasn't like official that I was gonna stay. So I got hired by a different virtual school as a teacher. It was part-time, and that was back in October. So I've been doing double school. Like, I'll finish my school day at one school and then I'll work my school day at another school, but being that it was part-time, it was less hours. A few weeks ago, an opening came up in the full-time track for a math teacher. I jumped at it because I love this company so much that I want to be full-time with this company, and I should probably tell that story, huh? I can't work my job that I've had, the school that I've been at. I can't work there anymore. Not because of anything they did wrong. It's just, if you saw my video on this channel about dealing with contamination OCD, it's something that I've developed since the whole shutdown thing, and watch that video if you want more of an in-depth look. But basically, I have a problem with touching things. I'm very not okay with being out of the house and touching things. And when we bring stuff into the house, we have to Lysol it first. Like, if Alex comes home and he doesn't wash his hands before he touches stuff, I freak out and he has to go Lysol everything. Like, it's pretty bad. I'm working through it. But at that job, they want us to come in all the time for, like, testing or, like, different things. And they haven't been willing to work with me as far as not making me touch stuff. And I get it. Policy-wise, they can't unless I have, like, massive documentation, which I can't really get right now, because the kind of thing I have is just not a lot of people know how to handle it. Not a lot of people know how to give me the right kind of, like, support. He does, but he's not a trained professional that can get me, like, paperwork and stuff. So it's been really, really hard to go to that job, so I've been trying to figure out a way to not be there anymore. Not just for me, but for the sake of the school, because they really have a bum teacher right now. Like, I went in for testing, but I wouldn't touch anything. And when I tell you that the teacher that got partnered with me that day had to do twice the amount of work as every other teacher there because I wouldn't touch anything, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Ahmed.
Now,
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Just a clarification. She advised her higher-ups about this.
I did. I told the testing coordinator. I told the assistant principal in charge of it. I told the principal. I told everybody, hey, I have a really, really hard time touching things. I'm sorry. They've given me the same thing as everyone else. Well, what about gloves? And then I have to go through the whole thing about how my brain processes that. Essentially, gloves are not something that work for me. Unless I can go immediately wash my hands right after I've touched something, I'm not really okay to touch things. And when you do testing, you can't leave the room to go do that. I can't touch a computer to help a kid sign in and then go wash my hands. I have to stay there. So, and they're like, what about hand sanitizer? I'm like, no, it's not enough. And it's a mess. I can open a door with a Lysol wipe in my hand, but I can't help a kid with their computer with a Lysol wipe. And I can't carry computers without dropping them with Lysol wipe, you know? So I just didn't touch anything. And then the other teacher had to do everything. And they were kind of mad at me. So I've been planning this shift. And finally, I got that job at the other company. And they gave me the option to go full time. And I'm so lucky. And I accepted right away. And my life has been absolutely insane. Like, I'm working weekends. I'm working nights. Just to try to do both jobs at the same time until the end of the year. Because I'm not going to leave the other job early. that's not right. It's not right to my kids, and it's not right to my other my other teachers, because they'll have to cover for me. So I'm going to hold it out. I'm going to work my butt off and get through the rest of the year and then switch over to this other company permanently. And I'm really happy with it. I love the flexibility it gives me. I can work from anywhere, literally anywhere. I can work from a hotel at a con. I can work from my mom's house. I can work from any room in my house. I can work from the park if there's Wi-Fi. Even if there's not, I have a hotspot. I can work from the car. Not while driving. He drives. So it's a great change for me. But right now I am a ball of stress. It is a lot. And when you ask me which math class do I teach, all of them. Every single math class that they offer, I can teach. So they just give me all kinds of students. So now I have like 250 students with one school and 350 with another school, and I'm drowning a little bit. So that's my biggest life update. I guess the other personal life update is that I have started getting much more serious about music. I've started getting back into songwriting. So I was actually working on practicing today. I went to a concert last night, and before you say, but I thought you couldn't go out in public. No, I can. I just can't touch anything. And the people that I do these things with, they're very good with me. Like, Panda had wipes in her car for me.
That's really sweet.
It was really sweet. And she had hand sanitizer for me as well. That she just kept on her keys. I was like, oh, I love you. And I was just really inspired by the concert last night. So that just, the more I see music, the more I want to do music. I recorded my first original song at a real recording studio, not over at my desk over there.
It was
my little
fancy,
janky setup.
This whole place was cool.
Oh yeah, this was a for real recording studio. If you follow me on Instagram, Captain Jenne, I think I have that down below. If I don't, it's Captain Jenne. But if you follow me there, we recreated a scene from Leverage that day because I was like, I have the opportunity. We have to do it. We did it's a little pitchy. Pitchy? I don't think you know what that word means. Say pitchy one more time. Is that whole scene?
And it's so funny because we didn't even instigate it. Like, we had planned to do it later, but then they were talking about pitchy, and we were talking about pitch on something. So
funny. So I was just like, let's just do it, and it was hilarious. So that's up on my Instagram. But yeah, I've started to get back into music. I've performed at a songwriter showcase recently, and recorded my first single or my first original song. I plan on releasing an EP of originals. Some of these songs I've written when I was like in high school, so like they're very old. I'm just redoing the words so that it's more relevant. But those are my
your beepers blowing up.
My beepers my pager's blowing up. No, it was just more relevant as like how the world changed and how my perspective of the world changed, just being more relevant to me. So yeah, those are my life updates, and both of them are terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Your turn.
I'm really proud of you for, pushing to do that in music. I know it's probably like, I can sit there, I can draw on a piece of paper or on a canvas. That's fine. It doesn't really faze me and people will see it. But singing, you are literally putting yourself out there. That's something that everybody judges and talks about.
You're not helping my stage fright right now.
No, but I'm saying that is such a brave thing for you to do.
Thank you. And that's actually a thing. I know I seem like the kind of person that doesn't have stage fright because I'm really comfortable in front of a camera. I can talk in front of a huge crowd of people without getting nervous. I can dance in front of a huge crowd of people. I can teach any room of anyone. But I have massive stage fright when it comes to singing. Like it's a physical response. At the last songwriter showcase, it hit me right before I went on, and I was not able to sing very well. I still performed. I wanted to push through it, but I was pitchy that day. And that's when you do know what the word means. I was very, very, I couldn't control my voice. I couldn't get enough air. It felt like an anxiety attack. And so I have big stage fright when it comes to singing, but I'm the kind of person that I don't like to lose if I'm fighting a battle, I guess. So I'm going to keep getting out there and hopefully have very, very gracious audiences who help me through. And one day I'll be able to sing well in front of an audience without having stage fright, because I was belting in this room and I was like, see, I can sing. Why can't I show people that I can sing? So anyway, enough about me. Your turn. We had 9 minutes on me.
So life update. How to say this? beginning of January, I found out that my job was having a new division that was going to be focused on an area that I'm extremely passionate about. Their focus was going to be marketing in the gaming industry.
Everything
YouTube,
he loves.
Twitch, all that. It's just stuff that I watch. Like, I watch esports all the time, and that's what they were looking to market to. And I'm like, I'm a specialist in this. And so I went through the interview process. I interviewed, and then I got moved on to the next interview with like the head of marketing for my company. And she's like, all right, yeah, they're looking, they were going to put out an offer to the new manager that they wanted to have over that
Because they were hiring one manager and one specialist. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just thought they should know that. I appreciate
that. And so they were like, they wanted someone who's actually from the gaming world as the manager. So they got a guy, and they hired him. And then for months, they've been telling me that they're looking, because they were going through a lot of changes, and they didn't want to rush anything.
But at the same time, they didn't really communicate with you very well.
I literally
he was
had to keep messaging
sitting on the
going.
edge of his seat for like 4 months. Mm-hmm. It's April.
And this whole thing, like, it started with one lady that was in the marketing team. And after I got moved on to the second interview, after that, I find out that she's leaving. That's been like my liaison to this whole process. She was the one that was giving me all the information and everything. And then the next lady, super sweet lady, just not the best at letting people know what's going on. This job would have come with a lot of changes, like North Carolina.
So, big fess up. He told me about this job, and I was really excited for him, but then he said, we might have to move to North Carolina if I get the job. Mm-hmm. That was a tough one for me, but if I didn't know that I'm supposed to be with you before, I do now, because I actually didn't hesitate. My brain went, the person you love really, really wants this for his career, and you need to support him. And I did. Mm-hmm. I didn't question it. I said, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It came with some pretty big drawbacks for me. I would be moving to 10 hours away from my mom and my brother, which is not okay for me. I need to be a car drive away from them. I would have to fly to see them, and I don't like to fly. And then noise complaint and rhythm theory. Mm-hmm. Like, I know for my job, I can work anywhere. And for my studios, I can always find another studio to teach at, I'm sure. But what about my companies? Mm-hmm. But I started working on contingency plans. I started planning out how we were going to do this. I'm like, are we going to... we can do it. We can learn by video and then meet up, and then maybe we can have like 2 different sections of the company. Mm-hmm. And I had all these plans.
She had huge plans. She had, we had talked about like what would have been affected and how we could make sure that it was as close to normal as we had it.
Because I was not going to let anything I was doing stop him from getting his dream job.
And I did not want my dream job to take away what she had been building. You know,
and that's why we're meant to be together, because we have our own ambitions, but we support each other even through the pursuit of those ambitions.
Yep. And then fast forward, I keep getting told, oh yeah, we're going to be making a decision, and then I was told that I was going to be pulled for another interview soon. So I was like, cool.
And meanwhile, Panda's like, Jen, do you know anything yet? I'm like, no, I know our whole plan is on hold, and we don't know what to do. And then my mom's like, do you know anything yet? I was like, no.
And mind you, February 1st is when I interviewed with the second lady.
Mm-hmm. So it's April.
Mm-hmm. And then...
We're filming this on Easter Sunday.
Yeah. On the 14th or so, I messaged the new head of that division. And I was like, hey, I got a couple questions. I also was wondering, just wanted to touch base with you about this. Find out that they had already offered the position the week before, but they modified it a little bit. That person's going to be a marketing person over several different areas, but that was just going to be a part of it. And the person apparently has like a marketing degree, and that's what their focus is.
So he didn't get it.
So I didn't get it.
We actually found out the night of the house buying fiasco. If you saw I don't know if we put it out yet, but we have this other video where we talk about we were going to buy a house, and we get back in from seeing houses and talking about finances and going, I know we might move to North Carolina, but we got to move on a house too. And he finds out. And he was pretty upset. But I'm that girl that's the silver lining girl. And I said, we said it's good or it's good. Mm-hmm. Either you get this job and we have a new adventure, or you don't get this job and we get to keep all of our friends in the same city, and we get to keep the companies, and we get to be close to my mom still. And that's a good thing for him too. You know, like, he loves my family.
Yeah.
And
we have a blast when we go down and hang out with them.
Yeah, and you get to keep your studio and your students. You know, this is a big deal, but like, and there's a lot of good.
One of the things that we agreed on when I was first applying for the job, that either way it was a good thing, no matter what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we also agreed on, that one of the things that I've been trying to do is work on my art to get to the point where I'm selling at conventions, selling outside, things like that. And this was just kind of a wake up of, okay, you don't have that to focus on. Guess what? Do it.
The way I looked at it, I said, if you get this job, you're supposed to do that job and then do your art on the side. Mm-hmm. If you don't get this job, you're supposed to do your art and then do your job on the side. Mm-hmm. And this told you, the universe has told you what you are meant to do. Mm-hmm. And as you are meant to be an artist who has a job that pays the bills. Mm-hmm. The other job would have been a passion job. Mm-hmm. So he would have had a job, and then he does art also. But this is, you are an artist who has a job that pays the bills. Just like I am a tap dancer who has a job that pays the bills. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
And the universe has decreed it so. Mm-hmm. And I'm over the moon happy that we're not having to move. Mm-hmm. I am proud of you for really going for it, because you are the kind of person that will just not because you don't want to hear no. Mm-hmm. He would never last as an actor in Hollywood, because you got to hear 100 no's before you hear a maybe. Mm-hmm. And you don't like no.
I take it to heart. I take everything to heart. I feel like I did something wrong to get that no, even though it would have been like, oh, well, I'm auditioning for a blonde female role, and then they're like, sorry. No, and I'm like, well, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm proud of you for going for it. I'm so proud, and I know that you're disappointed, but I want you to focus on all the good that is coming from their decision, and how you don't want to work for a department that doesn't want to communicate.
Right? Why y'all not?
They said you were getting another interview. They didn't even tell you weren't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm angry.
Yeah, so I'm going to respond back to him tomorrow and just be like, hey, I appreciate you letting me know that I'm not getting another interview. What am I going to do? Make them mad?
Also, if the guy doesn't work out, you could be a next in line. And
then remote.
He was shooting for remote, and also the guy already lived in North Carolina that they hired, so they would have had to like handle moving expenses for us.
Yeah.
They made a good financial decision. They made a good overall decision. I'm just upset.
A bad decision. I would have been the best. No. I hope the new person that they hired for it works out for them. I hope it's good. I hope they do awesome, and I love my company, and I know they're going to do good things. But so that's that. That's my big life update.
Pretty big career updates for both of us.
Jen doubled her income, and I stayed the same.
No, but now you know how to focus on your art as your second income. You know, and so you don't have to give up your studios. I'm just being silver lining girl over here. And we don't have to worry about living in North Carolina and getting married in Jacksonville. How about that one?
Or having to pack everything to move.
We're going to have to eventually, though.
Nah, not if we just stay here.
They won't sell us this house. That's the other thing. We keep trying to buy the house we're renting, and they just won't sell it to us. And I'm about to be like, okay, how long of a rental lease do we need to sign to where at the end of it, you'll just sell us the house? I emailed them, and I even like put the little cherry on top going, I think in about 5 years, this house is going to need a new roof and a new AC anyway. And if you agree to sell it to us, we'll just take care of it. So hopefully they like that.
They'll be like, sure.
They'll be like, oh, we don't have to do any repairs, and we get a 5-year guaranteed tenant. Yes. And I in writing, I want to know we're gonna get to buy the house, because we love this house. I'll rent it for 5 years if it means I get to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this house. So the other part of our life update is that we are on a house search. I guess I'm going to put this one out first and then the house search out second. But when that comes out, don't forget to watch that and join us on our little house hunt tonight on House Hunters. One of us is a butterfly therapist. Although we are the perfect people for house hunters. You are an artist. You can even, if you wanted to be extra weird, you can say you're a graffiti artist. And I'm a tap dancer. We're the perfect people. Oh, and she's a tap dancer and he's an artist and they have a $500,000 budget. We don't.
I love that though. Like these people's budgets. I'm like, how?
Yeah, butterfly therapist with $1 million budget. Like, okay, no, there's no such thing as a butterfly.
I was about to be like,
therapist.
how can I get a degree in that? Like, I was already looking to get my doctorate.
It's like the underwater basket weaving.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna get my doctorate
exist.
in underwater basket weaving.
Basket weaving degrees do exist. They're called practical and fine art, like 2D art or 3D art. But anyway, I think those are. We do have one more life update. We do. We added to our family.
Do you want me to go get them?
Sure, I will entertain them until you do. We added to our family, guys. All right, that was so loud. So loud. All right, I'm going to tell you the story. So we were actually out on a Friday doing some wedding planning. I took my dress to go get altered, and we ordered our cake, and then we had to go to the venue, but to like do some planning and stuff. But the venue wasn't available to us till 2:15, and it was only 1 o'clock. And I was like, what are we going to do? And I was like, well, why don't we go to PetSmart, because we need to pick up some stuff for Sayuri, because we get her these like calming treats like with hemp and stuff. And I was like, let's go over there. And I was like, man, we have some time to kill. Let's go play with the kitties. There was only one kitty and she was asleep. I was like, okay, let's go look at the hamsters and the gerbils and the birds and the fish and stuff. And so we go over to that area, and first of all, there was a parakeet that straight up looked like a chocobo. But we get there, and there's this dwarf hamster cage thing with a bunch of them in there. And there's a hamster running back and forth for a solid 30 minutes until we left. He was still going when we left. We go to the venue. We come back to the store. Dude is still running. Like, back and forth. Will not stop. And I could see it in Sean's eyes. He was like, he loved this little guy. And I've wanted a rat or a mouse or a hamster for a really long time. I really love rodents. And I was like, if we get him, it's going to cost a lot. He costs money. We got to get a cage. We got to get bedding. We got to get food. We got to get treats. We got to get wood chips. And he was like, yeah. And so we go do one more thing. Then we come back. We go do one more thing. Then we're going to go home. And we're almost home. And I look at Sean and I was like, you're still thinking about the hamster, aren't you? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you want him, don't you? And he's like, yeah. And I said, okay, let's go get him. This is your decision. Your money, your time, your decision. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just going to teach you how to take care of him. This is Barry Allen.
I don't know if you guys can see him in there. There he is.
He's so little. Oh, he's just
burying.
wants to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this is his sleep time.
That's Barry Allen. We named him Barry Allen because of how fast he runs.
He's the Flash.
He runs like 6 miles a night. Yeah. Apparently, this breed of hamster runs 6 miles a night. No, they could see him before. No, look at his face.
Hey, Barry.
So here's what we learned about Barry. He loves to run, so he's a lot like his mom. loves to run. He spends all night running as fast as he can. He's so young, though. We put him in the ball to like run around the room while we clean his cage or whatever. And this dude is too tiny for the ball. Like, he can't make it run. Mm-hmm. So I have to like push him because he's only like a month and a half to 2 months old. So he's real like... little. And he's too little for his wheel.
What are you doing?
Dude, he runs and runs, but then he gets stuck. We have a video of him on our TikTok. He like runs, and then like the wheel goes too fast for him for his little legs, so he like jumps for a second, then runs again. He's been starting to fly off of it.
He's going, and he's like,
and so we learned he loves to run. We learned he's very, very little, but he's a trooper. He just he'll run and fall and get right back up. He's like a little kid with a skateboard.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, baby. He's so cute.
In this type of hamster, they sleep all day.
Mm-hmm. They're nocturnal.
Yeah. Literally this morning when I got up to go to work at like 8:30, he was still running. And at about 9:15, he goes to sleep.
Yeah, and he just sleeps all day and then runs all night. There he goes. He's going to run. Oh, not yet. I gave him a little millet treat, so he's been chewing on that for like a couple days now. He's super happy.
You good, bud?
He doesn't like to be held. And I think Sean is as well. I'm one of those people that really likes to respect the wishes of my pets and animals in general. And like Bento doesn't like to be picked up, so I don't pick him up. I know you do a little bit.
But when I pick him up, I put his.
But he still doesn't like it.
I know, but if I'm picking him up, it's more than likely to move him.
I know, and that's why it's fine. Yeah. But like, people pick up Bento, and I'm like, no, he doesn't like to be picked up. And I know we all want to hold a cat. We all want to hold and cuddle them. He doesn't want to be picked up, so I'm not going to pick him up. Barry does not like to be touched. He does not want to be touched. He does not want to be held. He's not scared of us. He's not scared of the cats. It's not about, oh, no, frightening human. I don't want them to touch me. He literally just doesn't want to be touched. And I feel that on a personal level.
If you put your finger in there, he might go
he
like
sniffs
this,
it and
then he runs and he's like, okay, I touched you.
Yeah, okay, thanks. He doesn't really want to be held. So I had to tell him, I was like, he's not going to be a cuddle hamster. We're not going to be able to like hold him and let him
He's
crawl
not going to just sit on us while we watch movies.
Because you see some hamsters, they do like to crawl all over you, and he's not that kind of hamster. He's the kind of hamster that is just going to do his own thing, and we're just going to hang out with him while he does.
He works with me all day, and then he hangs out with us at night.
Yeah, he lives in Sean's office because that's the only room that the cats really can't get into. So if we're not watching them, he's safe.
Yeah.
Just in case. They haven't done anything, but like just in case.
Last night was the most interaction I saw from T'Challa and him. I had him sitting on the what's it called? Coffee table while I was drawing, and then T'Challa came up and was just sat there and just stared at him, and he walked up and just stared at T'Challa like
they were just talking.
He's like, you realize I could beat you up. And T'Challa was like, I know.
It was super, super fun. I'm glad that we got him. He's such a great addition to the family, and he's adorable. Like, he's so cute. I love rodents so much. I just think they're the cutest thing. And he's just fun to watch run, and we'll get him treats, we'll get him wood chips, we'll get him anything that'll make him happy, and he's not a cuddly hamster, and we'll deal with it.
Did you tell them that the type of hamster is he runs 6 miles?
Yes, it did.
6 miles
6 miles a night. That's goals for me.
Dude is just booking.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us for this life update. I know it was a lot, but it's been a lot. And that's also why we've been a little absent from YouTube. On my main channel, I'm not, that's more like a job. So I definitely am always making sure that I'm up to date. But this channel is more just for fun. So we kind of let it slide for a couple weeks, but we're back and doing great. And
we've just been busy.
So busy. But yeah, we're super happy that we get to stay in Jacksonville. And I'm very, very proud of you. And I know that you'll be proud of me when I finally quit my job. And yeah. So thanks for joining us on this life update. I had a lot of fun filming these vlogs today. Can't wait for you guys to see them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Because otherwise, why are we doing this?
For that person right there.
Yeah.
Them right there.
We love you. Nice. But also subscribe. So also hit the thumbs up button for Barry Allen. Hit that thumbs up because he's doing the 6 miles that most of my friends do not want to do. He does them for you.
I appreciate that, buddy.
I only get about 4 miles in, so he's kicking my butt right now. Maybe we'll do a video with me running on the elliptical and him running next to me.
He's back in his little he buries himself into the.
Barry buries himself.
He likes little cozy quiet areas. He's like, you guys are loud.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Wait, who are you?
Oh. I'm Sean.
I'm flabbergasted.
Don't say bad words.
And I'm Jen.
And that's Barry. Hey. We'll see you guys next time.